I dodged a bullet. I decided that the one person I wanted to visit with on Christmas was my father. So I invested all of my entire day visiting with him. Meanwhile, the people back at this house had decided to not get vaccines, and they had gone to like 8 gatherings, and they all got COVID. I come back, they didn't even think to text me about it. So I got the fuck out of there because I'm a bit of a prepper. And I was able to pack up everything I needed and more, even some games, in 5 minutes, and then I was fucking out of there. And guess what? They all lost their taste and their smell, and I'm sitting pretty. I kind of can't be sad or even care because they didn't let me know. That, I mean, you burnt the bridge, but the workshop is quarantined. I've been living at Bill's place, but I walked over here to the workshop because the workshop has been, well, I've had it locked, and they haven't left the house, so this is fine. And I'm gonna get my bicycle so I don't have to keep walking everywhere. I'm also looking around. We have neat stuff out here. Got some game consoles. Might take that to play, but I forgot. I had moved all of my military rations and stuff out here. What better time than now to finally try these? Has some camping stuff too. You can take the whole bag. I don't like considering myself a prepper, but I like being prepared. But then whenever something like this happens and they go fuck everyone over, fuck up my schedule. That's why I've had to stop doing Etsy, because I can't ship out my shit because all my printing and stuff is in there. I'm moving out. I'm moving in with my aunt. But it just brings that feeling of, if you didn't do any effort, the minimum effort to fucking prepare, then survival of the fittest. So I can understand how preppers tend to feel. I am glad I was prepared. I just never was part of that community that much. Oh, I also found something else. I bought this back in 2016 or so, and I never ate it. So that should save me a few days worth of food, because I bought food and it's already in the fucking house. So that's not going to be able to be eaten by me, because I'm not going in the house and getting COVID. Like the day before, 2 days before they went out and got sick, I had stocked up on like 4 weeks of groceries, and I ain't buying any more now that I can't have any of those fucking groceries. That's money. That's like $50 there, $60. I'm just really thankful that I spent the time investing in having stuff other places. I have the workshop, which is all isolated and locked up and has pretty much enough stuff that I could live off just this stuff if I really needed. And then I invested in building that situation with Bill when we got that house, the 1925 house. Like we both invested in building that into a place that's livable. And I'm going to be staying there for a few weeks. So even though everything's all locked up in that house, and I'm not going in there for a week or two, I still have access to tons of stuff. Quite a bit of stuff, really. I'm not taking the electric bike, though, because the charging mechanism isn't quite good enough, and it's too wide to go into Bill's house, so we have to sit on the front porch. Instead, I'm going to go... I had just picked this up out of the trash recently. It was a bicycle, a Huffy from 2009 or so. And it actually worked really smoothly. I liked it. Missing the handle grips, but that's fine for now. It works. The wheels might only have about 500 miles left on them, but I'm not going to be doing much with just pedal power. So that's perfectly fine. A bike like this is the prime candidate for some type of electric conversion that doesn't require bolting a bunch of stuff to it. It's just like a small thing that connects to it. Oh, it's all cut up on the trailer down there. Great. There we go. Not so bad. There we go. Not so bad. I'm not really a fan of that super wide handlebar. Doesn't quite fit the style and more difficult to pull up on. I like this one, so I might see about stealing that one off of there. And you know what? In this situation, I have limited options. I can't go inside to get hot water to take these off. I'll just let it. It'll work fine. Preppers can't be picky. Well, you can, but you shouldn't be. It's interesting to be in this kind of mode because everything has changed. Because now I'm in the instance of what can I get out, and what can I use? Because I don't want to spend a bunch of money getting stuff. And so now I view these buildings, which I have constructed and filled with things, as like carcasses to pull from. I still plan to I'll come back here sometime next summer and work on the outside stuff, but I learned that my aunt's house is closer to the city, within driving distance to a workshop you can just rent space in. So it's like, well, it's nicer. It's not a freezing house in winter. Nice heating system, all that. I mean, the 1925 house is actually better than this house too. So I could have lived there, but yeah, I thought, you know what? I'll just hop out and see if I can be a member of that makerspace closer to the city, and that could be fun. But now I have this lens of like, what can get me through the next few weeks, and I just have a new view. It's an interesting exercise. Like, what if things really did crash and crumble away? I would come into this room and I would see all of these things. I would see building materials, which would not be immediately useful, but would be kind of useful. I see television, which is not very useful because it uses a lot of power. Coolers and containers, very useful. Glass, useful for engineering and specific things, and building materials, but not quite. Lots of electronics. Definitely can make radios out of that, but don't really know if you really need radios because radios are everywhere. Batteries and systems, electric bike, tools like that wooden vise or a screw press that I made. Helium. A lot of this stuff is very niche stuff. And so I probably wouldn't actually get into this too much. Like, I wouldn't take too much. Just like right now, I'm not going to be taking too much. And it reminds me of James Burke's first episode of Connections, when he talks about technology traps. I highly recommend watching it. I actually watched it on Sunday, or not Sunday, Saturday. I actually watched it on Christmas with my dad, showed him that show for the first time. And funny that, like, just that same night, I had to get the fuck out of the house. I had to decide to move within 10 minutes and pack in 4 minutes just to get out so I didn't get sick. Although I had a vaccine, so I'm probably fine. But still, I don't want to live a life where I don't have any flavor. That's disgusting. And the fact that they didn't even tell me, like, we have text messages. You wouldn't tell me? Do you not care? You can't be trusted. But yeah, so this is just, it's on my mind. Where it's right. This is, in a way, a technology trap in some ways. Although I would say I've built this building group into a fairly useful system where you could hook up the solar panels to inverters. I have like 3 inverters. I have like 6 batteries. I have 4 solar panels. They're just not all connected up quite right because I haven't done the wiring that I wanted to do, but they're there. And so this actually would not be so much a technology trap. If it was just this, that might be a bit of a technology trap. Harvest the solar panels, but leave. Don't take the helium tank or the windows or whatever. But this thing, not so much a technology trap, because there are a lot of hand tools that I've invested in because I have a thing for hand tools. I like things that don't need power. You know, as Elon Musk says, the best part is no part. Sure, power tools make things faster, but not always better. Like a pole saw is better than a circular saw sometimes. Oh, this was something that I purchased a long time ago, and I had my other one. I never lost it, so I didn't end up needing this. Well, I am quite chuffed that I got this now. I'm going to go with the red one. Oh, wait. The black's like a bluish. Okay, fine. We'll go with the blue one, but I'll take the red one anyway, just if I want to lock anything else up. Right. Hand tools requires no infrastructure to use. Not the hand tool I need though. Can't find any. Oh. Hand tools. And yeah, I am angry. I'm angry that two people who decided they wouldn't have any responsibility and wouldn't act wise, as if we're in a fucking pandemic, would totally fuck up all my plans. You know, the Etsy business was going really well, and it will go pretty well, but I can't ship stuff right now. I'm in like an exodus, you know, and there we go. So yeah, I'm pissed off, really pissed off. I wonder if that's probably oh, got the key. I wonder if that's probably an aspect you should keep in account in the apocalypse, because it's just like a little tinge of the apocalypse, is that, yeah, you might be pretty pissed off about stuff, because if things do fall apart. Is that the key? Yeah, it's the key. A little crunchy, but it was like $5 for a pack of 3. It was on discount. If you're in the apocalypse, well, I'm probably going to be filming in the apocalypse. I just realized that's a bit introspective. I'm probably going to be filming during the apocalypse. But if you're in the apocalypse, you're probably going to be mad at somebody. Because somebody's probably would have fucked up really bad. Because you know what? A lot of people can fuck up a lot. And that's just a normal day. If everybody fucks up, that's whenever stuff goes bad. And thankfully, a lot of people don't fuck up. So the apocalypse probably won't happen. But it's always interesting to keep in mind, like, you know what, I didn't really think about this edge case too much. I didn't think it was a high probability, but you never know who you can trust, and you never know who you can't trust. Now, of course, I don't mean to give a lecture on, like, how you should just not trust anybody, but you should definitely keep in mind what your vulnerabilities are. Yeah, it's probably safe to say. These tires are not doing too well. Especially not that one. Oh my gods. You know, it is a little hard to tell if I may have gone a little bit too hardcore bug out mode whenever I left, because I packed in 4 minutes. I got my laptop, a Pelican case, keyboard, mouse, headphones. Wrong headphones. Probably should have got the other ones that had a microphone, but oh well. But I was thinking of things too dire, because I didn't get the better headphones because they require batteries, and batteries require a battery charger, and I wanted to lower my chain of requirements. And I left with I grabbed a bunch of stuff from my pantry and threw in a bag and left. I also took my dirty laundry, and so I just cleaned it at Bill's house, and I have all my laundry, and brought a pillow because I wanted to have a pillow. I brought what I thought was a lot of, you know, like, I was even giving myself the moment of being like, okay, I can take a few extra things. It's okay. I can take 6 bags of things. That's fine. But like whenever I did the pantry, I was still locked into the mindset of doing like what lasts the longest. And so I just grabbed all the chili. So I just have a lot of chili. Oh, and some chicken noodle soup. I grabbed 1 cookie though. I'll enjoy that. But it's interesting to think how I came here. I walked about 3 miles to here with just my gloves and a face mask. And now I will be leaving with a bicycle that doesn't require charging. It'd be nice if it required charging. But the charging circuit on my other one, I still have to figure that one out, because I just reinvented it, so whatever. But I found my backpack, which I thought was inside, but I realized just 4 days ago I moved out here because it was taking up space, and it has a bunch of food and glow sticks and shit, which those are fun. So yeah, I feel like I geared up. Let's go out and eat an MRE for lunch. Well, dinner, but oh well. By the way, I think these are still online for really cheap. They're $250 new, I think, but then $75 on eBay. They're Pelican cases that were used for ventilators. And of course, you know how that went. The They ordered a bunch and then evidently they weren't used or whatever. So I bought a few of those, 3 of them to be exact, and boy, one of those was perfect for bugging out. So I highly recommend for a toolbox or something, those pelican cases are pretty nice. You know, it's funny. There's one thing throughout all of this that is the main reason why I never liked the prepper community. It's the one thing which I never thought when packing up stuff that I would want. I want one for fun, but it's a toy, a gun. There is no reason I should waste effort or time having a gun on me. It gives me no use. Another ration would give me far more capability. What, am I going to shoot something? No. But a lot of people, whenever they're preppers, they get so fascinated with like weapons. No. Civilizations and empires are not built on weapons. They are built on tools and effort and creativity and modifying naturally occurring things into man-made objects, not weapons. It's very difficult to make something with a gun. It's far more effective to till a field than it is to kill all the deer. Gone about half a mile. And I now remember why I picked this bike out of the trash. It is so smooth and a 3-speed. A free, smooth 3-speed, which is stuck on first gear, but I'm not going to try to jam it into third gear just yet. I'll get home. It did work before, but it was difficult to get it to go. But it's just a nice reminder of how simple things can be better, because the electric bicycles can take you 40 miles on a charge, but whenever you're out of power, they're very difficult to push. They're very difficult to pedal. This is almost effortless. It does take effort up hills though, but on flat, open ground, that's fine. I can just change my route and to go the flatter areas. But yeah, I think an electric modification that wasn't so invasive where you have to replace the front hub with a motor, that would be the best kind of electric bike for this situation. Something that would be small, you could like mount on the front. Oh, I forgot, I had a front basket I was gonna put on. I shouldn't get carried away with gearing up. Oh well. I actually came back to get a wrench and then I realized, you know what, I have a box of Kleenexes in the workshop too. I'm just a bit too low. Oh, come on. Captain's log, start date now, whenever it is. It is the future of the apocalypse, and the local auto parts shop has been pillaged and no reason to come back here. Ooh, the blacktop is nice. We tried to acquire parts at the local parts facility, but they've been stripped clean. Joking aside, it's neat to see a new shop come up. We got a lot of auto shops here though, it's kind of weird. In the future, no one has decided to steal any new trucks because they can't be repaired. I hate this part. I guess you call it like the Strode. It's a street road. No sidewalks, nothing. I'm gonna get a headache from this because it's so cold out. I'm so tense that my ears are popping and now I can't pop them, so they got pressure in there. But that started when I was walking though. So the bike works really well. There's no sidewalks here though, and it's just, this is about as busy as it gets, but yet it's not rush hour. I don't know why, like the supermarkets are packed. Are people like freaking out or something? I don't know. But they look like they're just going around their normal lives. I know, because like in a city this is not too busy, but here it's annoying because like you have to ride your bike on the road with the cars and they're just so like antsy about stuff. But this bike, it got to it actually, I was like, come on, shift. And it shifted all the way to third. And I got up to like 24 miles an hour. And it was a little overexerting. That's probably why I'm going to get a headache, because I biked at 24 miles an hour, but you have to keep up with traffic. And then the fucker in front of me in his S10 decided to stop, and I almost ran into him. That's fucking stupid. There's no lane for bikes. And the drivers, they yell at you if you want to ride on there. Now I'm really having a hard time. It's not fun out to keep up with traffic. I hate my ears popping. This is one reason why I went with electric bikes. That 6-mile journey would not have been that far in the city. Sucks. I hate it out here. That's why I'm moving. It's a shame because me and Bill filmed an entire episode of the 1925 house, but it's stuck on the old camera at Sharon's house. But here's my room. Pelican case with electronics and clothes, clean clothes. Various stuff I've brought. Not that, of course. I'm not going to bring a projector with me. But I have plenty of reading material for the week or a few weeks. My old cot, which was given to me at Apple. A coworker used this to sleep during the development of the Apple Watch back in 2014 or so, 2013. And so he didn't need it anymore because he decided I'm not sleeping in the office anymore. And gave it to me. It's like a Swedish military cot. I think maybe sold by IKEA. Not really sure. But a nice little cozy setup. You might notice that it's very distinctly COVID-free. And that's nice because I like tasting things. Speaking of tasting things, let's open up an MRE. No people in here to betray me by not letting me know that they're sick. And some Final Fantasy. I got this, let's see, Stevens Creek Surplus in 2016. Oh, a little bit of moisture on there. It's one of those ones that they can't actually put the heating pack in there because it's meant for civilians. Let's get this out on a plate. I think it expired in like 2016 or something like that, but we all know MREs don't have expiration dates. Either they're expired from the factory or they're never expired. I've been saving this for like half a decade. Yeah, half a decade. We got crackers. Hey, if you want to stand up on your own, that's fine. I like these square edge phones. We got ourselves a cracker. Utensils and condiments. MRE Star sugar cookies. Probably all munched up. Pinto bean stew with ham. I bet you're not going to find any MREs after the pandemic for $8 a piece. I bet everybody bought them. Nut and raisin mix. Ooh. Got some air in there. That might not be too good. Grape flavored drink mix. I forgot that came with the... I forgot this. I don't think this is microwavable because do not heat pouch in microwave. That kind of says it. Because the pouch is, it's a retort pouch that has like aluminized plastic, and so you don't want to microwave this at all. Let's get some water. So for this, you kind of have to have hot water from what I can remember, because it does not like mixing with anything cold whatsoever. Goes in white, comes out purple or red. Well, that dissolved it a little bit too quickly. I probably could have gone a little bit cooler with the water, but oh well. This stuff already smells stale. Let's see. Nope, not too stale, but like kind of stale from the factory. Yeah, that was made with some preservatives or something. Like hardtack. Oh no, these smell like boiled linseed oil. Yeah. I can taste a bit of flavor in there, but I think that packaging caused some issues. It might not be bad, but it's got a real bad, like, solventy taste to it. Those are raisins? Yeah, they're raisins. No ill effects whatsoever. Nuts. A little stale, but tastes fine. And now for the part that I've been interested in for a long time. I think I've actually had this pinto bean stew with ham before, and it tasted really good. A shame it didn't come with the pound cake. Yeah, boy, it's a good one. It smells really good. This stuff lasts a long time. Now this is the best part. It's a shame the other stuff can't be like this. I can eat that cold. I may have diluted that a little bit too much, but it's a nice grape. This made me happy to find this because I had been saving it. I thought for years, oh, I should just go ahead and eat that, but I wanted to save it for a special occasion. And hey, having an exodus from your house and then just moving away suddenly, like kind of bugging out, what better opportunity? It's like in the theme of it. And filming this video helped me not stew to myself in anger and annoyance too. That's dry. Turning on the camera when I'm in a good mood brings me down to a medium mood. And when I'm in a bad mood brings me up to a medium mood. Because I'm just like my YouTube character. And yeah, so sometimes I do employ that. I'm so glad that I could taste this. When I got back to the house, before they told me that they all had COVID, I was settling into bed, and Sharon came in and just said, like, oh, by the way, we have a cough and a fever. And she was like, it's probably not COVID. So, I'm just going to avoid you and Lysol the bathroom and that'll be fine. I'm like, no, it probably is COVID. She thought it was like mold that made that get, no, it's COVID. We're in a fucking pandemic. What do you think it could be? It's probably going to be COVID. And, so I didn't trust her. And I got out of there. And I'm glad I did. Because who knows, if I would have stayed 10 minutes longer, an hour longer, I might have lost my taste too due to COVID. And things taste great. They really do. I'm specifically only eating the raisins whenever I'm saying things taste great, but The other nuts in these crackers are a little stale, but oh well. The plot thickens. And I'm glad that I ate that MRE because Bill just came back home and he's all fatigued. Now he, unlike the others, has actually gotten both vaccines. And so he's not coughing and he's not having real bad effects. He's just really tired. So it could just not be COVID. But if it is, he's not coughing. So he's not spreading as much stuff. But here's the kicker. You know, of course, I had that tendency to think like, oh, I could just go live in the woods or something like that. But I'm not being exposed to him or the others much at all. I can live here and not be exposed to him very much for the days that he's sick. The only way that I'm exposed is he uses the same hallway, he uses the same bathroom. But he's gone for work 8 hours a day and he sleeps 8 hours a day. So that's several hours that I can time using the bathroom in, and I can wash everything, and then I can use the restroom and then go back to my room. I've closed the vent so the hot air is no longer being circulated in here in case it brings anything in. And I might even be able to find myself a bit of room in my budget to still go down and wash dishes for him and maybe cook him some food if he gets really sick. But he has the vaccine and that helps. I don't have my booster shot yet because it hasn't been quite 6 months. So I'm hoping to get that pretty soon. Guess I'm going to try to see about getting to my aunt's house because over here everybody goes out all the time. It's just insane. It's like they don't realize they're in a pandemic. And thankfully my aunt doesn't go anywhere. So gonna go there. My best friend's gonna pick me up. She doesn't go anywhere either. And we're just gonna hunker down, which is nice. Well, that's pretty much it. How it all end? We don't know. But I'm staying in this room and I'm just gonna play Final Fantasy. I'm gonna avoid everybody because everybody seems to just be getting themselves sick. Bill has the bad position where he has to get into people's cars after each oil change. So he's kind of forced to do that, which is a shame. So I can understand that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and thank you very much for watching. See ya.